I need you guys to repeat after me and let everyone on the West Coast, China, India, Australia, understand now that we are in 48 different countries. 48 different countries. India, Europe, Montreal. Who wants to travel as a business expense? I do. So run like that real quickly. Repeat after me. YPR! YPR! We out here! We out here! OPR! OPR! We out here! We out here! 2014! 2014! We out here! We out here! Now please, let's get a standing ovation for a man that makes $7,000 a day at this point. The second top earner.
Socks, but it's an honor to be here with you guys tonight. Many of you guys I've never had a chance to meet, so I appreciate your time for coming out on a Friday. But I'm fired up. Are you guys excited for this event or what? Well, I gotta tell you guys, I'll tell you kind of where I've been and kind of fill you up to speed on what's going on in my life, and really in this whole YPR movement. It's really blown my mind in the last 2 or so years of what's happened. Really not only with a lot of young people, but with this company, Vima. If I could ever tell you this, there's never been a better time to be a part of Vima. Never been better to really be at the forefront of a company that is on the way to the billions. And you guys, it's funny because I really think back at how long I've been at Vima, about 7 years. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I've been able to surround myself with positive people, successful people that knew where they were going. And I mean, there's so many things that my dad said, so perfectly, that when the stars line up, you'll know. And I think that's really what I can tell you about Vima and what we have right now with this opportunity. So you guys, I'm really excited. I've actually been on the road for 2 weeks. I went from San Diego back home, went up to the Bay. We had some really cool meetings up there at different universities, a lot of different things happening. Then we flew over to Indiana. IU has some cool events going on there. It's just kind of starting over there as well. About 600 people got together for a regional over in Indianapolis. So really excited about that. And we went over I was over in Michigan all week, working over in the Detroit area. We have an event tomorrow as well, back regional, just similar to tomorrow that you guys will be having. And then I was able to hop up here tonight just to be here with you guys. And really excited for tomorrow morning, because I'm really going to throw it down. Really how I've been able to make a fortune in this business. And again, it's not about me. A lot of people talk about numbers, but what we're so good at is helping the newest person become successful. And obviously everybody has a different interest, but I've been able to really see firsthand this whole YPR movement take off, and I'll tell you kind of the experience of that in a second. But from here, like I said, I'll go back to Detroit tomorrow and then head home on Monday, and then it all kicks up again. I go to South Florida at the end of the week, and I'm going to keep moving around and building where there's different things happening, and it's like little groups popping up. And that's what's so cool for you tonight. If you're kind of new or you're just kind of checking this out, welcome. If you've been a part of Vima, great to see you guys, and really excited about this weekend, showing you exactly what are people doing that are becoming somewhat hugely successful in this company. And my dad said it, Brad, when the stars line up, you'll know. And I think it's not every day that you see things like this happen. And for me, when I first started, it was a lot harder. I didn't have Verve, I didn't have the Phoenix Suns. Dr. Oz was not involved or recommending this product. There's so many different things that you have now, the app, the car program, that really, I think, make our job so much easier, when we're building this business. So for my view, you have such a higher probability, the percentage for your success today is so much higher than when I first started. And that's why I'm excited for you tonight. A lot of young people in here, some parents, I appreciate all your support, and I know many parents, you remember that the whole YPR started from a guy named Marty, about 55 years old, that introduced me to a guy named Alex, and that was kind of the turning point in my life, you know, where this whole thing started to really take off, and it's been surreal, you know, and that's what's so neat. I think when you really understand that the key things in my mind that really make this Vima company so special. Number one is BK. You know, what I'm fired up about is a guy, the chief. I call him the chief, but at the forefront of Vima, this guy's heart's in the right place. Many of you have had some time to meet him and talk to him. Very down to earth, very easy to talk to. But it's nice to know that this guy has the right morals, the right, you know, he makes the right decisions, you know, and I know, you know, in corporate and in different scenarios, it's not always that way. So to know we have a guy, a president, founder, CEO, BK, at the top of this, really, you know, running the show and what his visions are with this company are enormous. So that's one big reason in our success. Also the product line. How many of you guys love Verve? It's funny because we've really focused with a lot of young people the last 2 years on Verve. And that really has been a huge success, as you probably saw. You know, Vima grew $100 million last year. In a down economy, is that not an indicator for you as a business that there's something going on here? And again, it's not the, you know, it's not that we're some great salespeople. The product sells itself. It does the heavy lifting. I mean, I literally put it in someone's lap, and I'm like, here, check it out. I'll hit you up. We should talk. And so, you know, that's what I'm really excited about with Verve as we continue to take that product into the market. I kind of call it the Red Bull takedown because we're trying to obviously, you know, do some big things, especially with that product. And I'm really excited about Vima. Have you tried the Vima Renew? You know, hands down, it's probably the best tasting product on our lineup. But you know, so what's so cool about Vima is they're so innovative and coming out with new things, and they have so many ideas. There's Verve coffee coming out, different things that you're going to be able to work with. And again, you know, we've gotten this far with just the Verve product with young people. Imagine when we get more of the parents involved with Vima. Imagine we get the parents really successful working with, you know, maybe their son or maybe their daughter. But remember, Marty, you know, who introduced me to Alex, is the reason that this whole YPR story began. So, you know, Vima's going to do a lot this year as well, and I'm really excited about the body line. I'm going to be hosting and doing a lot of this body challenge boot camp thing. You're going to see a lot of that as we kind of show you this year how you can really put that out. And again, in this business, just a way for you to create some more volume and more business, you know, and allowing you to tap into other markets. So I'm really, you know, telling you right now, it's not every day that you have a product line like this that is so healthy and it is so impressive to me, yet that we're the ones that are allowed to build the brand. Retail, they don't get their hands on this. We get the opportunity to build this company from the ground up. And number two is the comp plan. You know, when you really understand how Vima works, they don't spend any money on traditional ads. It's genius. You know, no billboards, commercials. Half the cost runs the corporation. Half the cost goes to us, the field. And so it's a perfect balance of where people can make some money on the front end, but they can make long-term income. How many of you would like to work at Vima for maybe 6 months, a year, 2 or 3 years? You know, and my dad says it so well. We work hard for 3 to 5 years to do what most people do in 40. And if that sounds like a great idea for you, that's what this whole concept's about. And that's going to create you and your family what? Time freedom, financial freedom. So that's really the premise of Vima. You know, there's not many ways you can build residual income. Again, Vima pays you residual income off the number of cases or the volume of products going out in your group. So, you know, maybe obviously you look at an author writing a book, they continue selling the book. A movie star, the movie keeps being viewed, or maybe a rapper or an artist with their CD, or you're in insurance, and maybe you would agree insurance sales are not that easy. So, you know, when you talk about this concept and what it can do for people, people are looking for ways to make money. And again, when the stars line up like this, it's pretty evident that, you know, this has got a lot of potential. So the plan is perfectly balanced. You guys, we have amazing tools on deck coming out. A lot of new YPR videos. If you guys saw the mission trip video we did, we're going to do a lot of mission trips this year, and you're welcome to be a part of that. So definitely, you know, stay tuned. But you know, different videos, different trainings, different tools. As my dad taught me, he says if you use the tools will build the business. And so that's one thing you really want to get a handle on this weekend is what video to play, what website do I show, what references do I use as I share this product and share the opportunity. We'll talk about that tomorrow. And then again, the support. You guys, in this team, I am blown away, man. I mean, the support you guys have with this team, hands down, I believe, this will be the biggest group in the YPR. This will be one
Yeah.
of the biggest groups. I don't say that to impress you or to hype anything. You guys, I say that because I know the people that are here that are committed to making this work. I mean, a lot of people have put a lot of time and money and effort getting this weekend together. You're going to hear from great leaders, J.D. Phillips, Billy McSwain. I mean, these guys have been kind of cheering me on since day one. I listen to everything they tell me. These guys have an amazing story, but they have had, they've had enough experience in this to tell you what works and what doesn't work. And tomorrow, you really want to key in on what they're going to share with you, because these guys have made a lot of money. They have become very successful, and that's why I'm so excited about this team. You have a unique crossover of some of these business professionals, some more established individuals, but then you're going to hear from a lot of young people that have got away from all the partying and all the stuff that most college kids are doing, and they're putting their time and effort into this. We still have fun, go out and have a good time, be under control, but if you'll put your time into this company, into what we're doing, your whole future can change. And you all know how fast time flies. I mean, I went from, let me give you an example. I went from about 1,200 cycles in spring of 11 to 8,000. And my point in saying that to you is time will fly, but if you find yourself putting the time and effort in, making this a priority, if you're consistent and you're committed to your goal, it's 2014. Many people right now are going, I cannot let this year be like last year. I cannot let this year be like last year. I've got to make this the best year. You guys, and I believe in 2014, the economy's down, people are frustrated, people are looking for answers. Okay, so that's a green light. That's an opportunity. When I got out of high school, let me explain this to a lot of the young guys here, ladies. When I got out of high school in 2004, kids were getting jobs out of college for 60, 70 grand. The job market was good. Real estate was booming. It's not that way today. So, you look at corporate America is somewhat changing, and making money in America is changing. And look at the Netflix to Blockbuster analogy. They didn't change with the times. Blockbuster used to skate there to get a video game or a movie, and then, obviously, Netflix, and as you know, they've now gone out of business. So again, we have got to be open to different industries and things that are emerging. In this industry, you guys, this affiliate marketing, what we're talking about with Vima, is never been done before in the way that we're doing it. So you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. You guys, this weekend's going to be amazing. It's going to raise your belief. It's going to raise your belief in what this Vima company's doing and what this whole YPR thing's all about. You're going to get excited to be able to get back out there, and maybe share it with one or two new people. Get back on the saddle, get back on the horse, and continue riding. Enjoy the ride. So many kids are asking me, man, what's it like? Or I'm like, I just enjoyed the journey. I had a lot of meetings I went to and nobody came. We could talk about that all day. A lot of events and nobody got on board. But it was getting back to the people that I worked with, getting my focus right to where I needed to get, with it, and getting back in the game. And that's the one thing. Remember, you guys, you're literally 2 people away from this exploding. Most of the successful people in Vima, they don't have hundreds of personally enrolled people. It doesn't work like that. They've been able to sort to find a few people that have a real desire for change. And then from that point, again, with this down economy, the timing, right now where New Year resolutions are high, so you can definitely talk to people about some of that. But the company Vima grew 100 million in 2000, from 12 to 13. With this team, with what you guys are doing right now, I will be blown away this time next year to see how big this group will be. You guys, we're gonna have to rent out some college stadiums or something. First time up in the New Hampshire, Concord area. I'm honored to be here. I appreciate you guys for obviously taking the time, and I know, this year, you guys, you can really, wipe the whiteboard clean. Leave the past in the past, okay? You can't control what happened yesterday or last week or last month. And if you will get on the right focus of Vima, make this a priority. What do you think about? Is it school? Is it work? Is it family? Is it church? You have all these different priorities. We all do. We're all busy. But if you'll put Vima up there, where you make it an hour a day or half an hour a day, that's how so many people have become successful, is they're very consistent. And when you get committed to a short-term and long-term goal, you can put your head down, follow our system, and you can start to see success. And I promise you guys, I mean, we had well over 30 kids hit 6 figures, including your own Ian, Lionheart, in the last like 16 months. Where is that kind of success happening? Anywhere. And now you're seeing Europe and Asia and different places all around the world. You guys, Bima is heating up, and it is the right place, the right time. The stars are lining up, and this weekend you're going to get the secrets, you're going to get tips, you're going to be able to take one thing from JD, one thing from Billy, you're going to take one thing from these speakers you're going to hear from, and I bet you make that small adjustment, maybe in your invite, maybe how you do an event, maybe how you follow up, maybe how to handle objections. All these things we're going to cover, and you will get out there and find this is such a simple deal. This business is so easy. If you keep it simple, have fun with it, you guys, the future is bright, and I can promise you, we will help you become a success story, and you'll never look back. You guys, I'm honored to be here. We have a lot of fun. I look forward to tomorrow. We're going to really kick off the day because I've got to get back to the airport to get back to Michigan. But I'm really going to be speaking, I think, in the early part of the day or right in the beginning. And I'm really going to talk a little bit more in depth on what you got to do to build a $1 million business. What does it take? What paradigm shift do you need to make, mindset shifts, and what are you looking for on a day-to-day basis? You guys, it's going to be fun, and I'm excited to be here. So with that, I'll hand it back to you.